Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie Jagpal, and today we're gonna do another balloon pop. This is the second balloon pop of the day, and then I have a great story for you today. It's not a traditional horror story, it's more, it's a little different, so stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and get started with our balloon pop. And guess what, guys? It's almost the new year, so say goodbye to 2018. What a wonderful year. Woohoo! Okay, awesome. So since I don't have any, it's not the most creative way to do it, but I'm going to use our traditional pen to pop this balloon today. It's just a regular smiley balloon, latex, and it has "Bye 2018" written on the back. So all your insecurities, all your wishes, anything you were not able to do in 2018 are gonna be gone. So it's gonna pop with this balloon, and we're gonna start a new year, new goals, new ideas, new creativity, etc. Okay guys, so here we go. It's a little early for this video just because I have other things going on tonight, so I won't be able to post in the evening. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Woo! That was awesome! Okay, cool. Yay! Okay, is it in my hair? I think I got it in my hair. So I wore this headband again. It's super cute. If you guys can get it, I got it at the dollar store. It's super cute, and it goes perfect with my horror story today because I'm doing it on seafood boil. It's a very popular trend amongst the mukbang and ASMR community. If you guys have been seeing it, a lot of people are doing YouTube videos on seafood boils and things like crab legs, lobster, etc, etc. So I wanted to go ahead, it looks like an octopus is on my head, right? So I wanted to go ahead and do, a story. Some may think of it as a horror story. It may not be a horror story for everyone, on seafood boils or just seafood in general today. So this is really cool. It takes a little bit because if I try to take it off, it doesn't come off. See, I can't pull it off, so I have to literally go in and like pull up on the bottom to get it off. It's super stretchy. It's so cool. I love this thing. It was $1 at the dollar store, guys, so go grab yourself one. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I'm not against seafood. I'm not against seafood boils. This is how seafood boils are made, okay? So you take a large pot of water and you boil it. You add some potatoes, sausages, onions, corn, seafood seasoning into the mixture. You cook it until the potatoes are cooked all the way through, and then you add in whatever the sea meat is. So it could be crab, it could be lobster, and then you boil it until the crab meat is cooked for at least 10 minutes. It could be lobster again. So there's nothing against boiling seafood. The issue comes in is that there was some research that was conducted in UK that stated that even though seafood isn't classified as, like fish or lobster isn't a mammal, so we don't perceive it as other animals, as we would other animals, but there's been some issues that have come up with the idea of boiling sea creatures. Okay, so basically the issue was on the cruelty of crustaceans, which includes crabs and lobsters, and it could be other seafood as well. Whatever you would throw into a seafood boil. What they're questioning is that, do these creatures feel pain, right? So the research said that they are likely to feel pain when they're being cooked. And I have nothing against cooking, you know, lobster or crab. The issue is that they're, you know, they are majority of the time cooked alive. So they're put into boiling water alive. Okay, it takes a matter of minutes for them to die, so like about 2 minutes before they're, you know, gone. Some people put them into cold water, ice water, before they stick them into the boiling water, so they die in that temperature before they're put into the boiling water. But a lot of times they're thrown into the boiling water just alive. Crustaceans hit the boiling water and they believe there is a scream. When you hear that hissing sound the lobster or the crab makes when you're throwing it in, a lot of people believe that that's them screaming. You know, that's the pain that they're feeling of being put into that type of environment, harsh environment. A lot of scientists can't speak for the lobster or the crabs because we can't experience it ourselves. We don't really know if it's pain that they're feeling or what it is. We can't really because they're different, you know, they're not like mammals, they're not like us. So lobsters and crabs don't have brains, but like they have different type of neurons that do detect, you know, they're able to make decisions and they're able to go and do things to stay out of an environment. An experiment was conducted where either, you know, a crab or lobster, a crustacean was taken and they were shocked within this one environment. So whenever the crustacean is lobster or crab, so that they're classified as crustaceans, was electrocuted, and every time they were electrocuted they ran off, and they noticed within the research that the crustacean did not go into that environment after they were electrocuted or shocked, which shows the behavior of the crustacean shows us that they're avoiding those environments. Again, we can't say that they're feeling pain because, again, we're not a crustacean, but they're definitely trying to escape that environment when they're being shocked or they're, you know, being giving that type of a sensory or stimulation. So based off of that and that information alone, a lot of people believe that crustaceans, whether it's a crab or a lobster, do feel pain. And throwing those types of sea, you know, if you can call them sea animals, crustaceans, into boiling water is somewhat an issue. And some people find that we should think twice before doing things like that, you know. And it has been an issue that has come up. We haven't given it much thought. There are a lot of businesses that, you know, create seafood boils. They make food for us and they engage in these acts, and they've been doing it for years, you know. And so they're not about to go and respect crustaceans or stop this behavior just for the sake of, you know, whatever this issue is. But I mean, if you think logically, there is a reflex taking place. You know, they're avoiding the environment. There's a reflex. You're hearing a hiss. There's definitely something very uncomfortable about the whole situation that makes you kind of cringe, honestly. Like, if you're doing it constantly and if it's become a thing, I'm sure you've been exposed to it so much where you've kind of grown, it's almost like normalized. But for someone that has never done it, for me, I know I don't know if I could ever do it, but that whole sound and process of throwing a live lobster or crab into boiling water and hearing a hiss would traumatize me to some extent, especially because I'd be seeing it for the very first time. So again, there's a lot of doubt, and again, for a lot of things, we don't know if it's an ethical issue, but the treatment of animals, whether it's, you know, sea life or if it's actual animals like dogs, cats, there's a group of people that believes that they all should be treated ethically. And again, boiling anything living is just it shouldn't be done. You know, it's very traumatizing for anyone. But you know, depends on how far you take things too, you know. So if we're saying lobsters and crabs are living beings and we shouldn't be boiling them, there might be a community that comes up and says, you know, maybe we shouldn't be boiling leaves and, you know, flowers and fruits and vegetables. Those are living too, to some extent, you know. Why are we throwing those things into boiling water and consuming that, you know? Are we torturing fruits and vegetables too now? So yeah, it's very debatable, you know, where you want to draw the line. But specifically with like crabs and lobsters, for me, I don't think I could ever do it. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I've seen, like, I'm a huge fan of like mukbangs and ASMR, and you know, seafood boil has become very popular amongst the community, and I love watching them. Like, don't get me wrong, like dipping those crab legs and delicious like blue crab, like the whole process has kind of grown on me. So dipping those in different sauces and like eating it looks really good. Like, I could do fish, I could totally do fish, but it's not about the way it looks. And I know it has gotten very popular, but it's the process. The process is not the best. I don't know, some people, you know, there's different ways of going about it, but throwing a live lobster or crab into boiling water is, I think, to a certain extent unethical. But, you know, to each their own opinion, and we all see things differently. But yeah, so that's my horror story for today, and that's my opinion on seafood boils. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this topic. I'm really interested to hear, because again, I don't have anything against it. I find those mukbangs delicious, and they're so fun to watch, and they're so good, and when it's prepped, it's ready to go, it looks good, yum. But I think the whole process is unethical, is where we're going with this. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my horrifying story for today. I thought it was horrifying. Yeah, let me know. Mwah. Happy New Year's.